Yo, is this thing on? Is this thing on? Turn me up in the headphones. Let's go!
Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? What up? What up? What up? It's Friday up in here. Today is Friday, August 30th, 2019. That's right, Friday, August 30th, 2019. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, August 30th, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. Fair enough? You guys ready? Are you ready to make the absolute most of this incredible day? Dude, it's Friday morning. I'm already seeing, dude, I get so jacked up in the mornings when I hop on here and I see all of you hopping on. Think about what happens here on Hashtag Rise and Grind. Sean Jones hops on first thing in the morning. Keith Hamilton and Brian Olson. I see Joe Leach on here live today. Usually watches on replay. Tracy Shepard, Cindy. What's up, Sarah Ball? Jesse I Can Sparkman is up in here, and Eric Willeroy, Catherine Ann Kegley, Terry LaPierre, John Kaltenburn. It's amazing. What's up, Bruce, all the way in Louisiana? Kristen Hawk Tibbs, Susan Rose. Dude, it's crazy. Michael Spurlock Vinters. Do you guys ever think about it? I know I think about it. Do you ever think about, like, sometimes it just seems like a number on a computer screen or a number up in the corner, whether it be 45 people, 55 people, 75 people, 85 people, whatever it is. Today it's going to get up there into the 80s and the 90s and the hundreds because you guys are going to share some Friday morning inspiration. But do you ever think about it? It sometimes seems like just a little number. What's up, Raymond? A little number in the corner. But if all of us were in a room, if everybody that watches Hashtag Rise and Grind, if we were all in a room right now at 5:30 in the morning, getting energized, shaking hands, giving hugs, getting a lot of you grabbing your cups of coffee, grabbing your mugs, cheersing your mugs, imagine what that would look like in real life. Just imagine it for a second. I mean, we'd fill up this whole office building. We'd fill up this whole studio. We'd have to get a facility just like I'm doing for my workshop, my 800% Club workshop that I'm doing for the dealers here in Lexington, Kentucky, September 17th and 18th. I had to rent out a room, right? I got to rent out a room. We would fill a room with so much powerful, positive energy first thing in the morning. It's life-changing, right? It's life-shaking. It's earth-shattering stuff. And yet we get to do this every single day. I love it. I love technology. I love Hashtag Rise and Grind. It doesn't matter. This morning I woke up and my first thought was like, I want to go back to bed. I don't know if maybe I'm still a little off from traveling, the different time zones. I don't know what it is, but I was like, man, I just want to go back to bed. And then I reminded myself what the great Carl Scaramuzza was a guest on my show. And one of the things that Carl said is he said, always try to remember that the way you feel right now is not necessarily how you're going to feel 5 minutes from now. And those words resonate with me all the time when I have those mornings where I just don't feel like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to go back to bed. I just want to go back to sleep. I just want to hit that snooze button. Then I hear Carl in my head, and Carl's like, remember, Glenn, 5 minutes from now, you're not necessarily going to feel the same way you feel right now. I always hear that in my head, and so I'm like, okay, just go. Just pedal to the metal, just go. 5 minutes from now, you're going to feel different, right? And so this morning I felt that energy. I felt like just a little bit depleted, a little bit tired from all this travel, everything we've been working on. And then I get in, I do my morning routine. I do my gratitude. I do my goals. I start to energize. I listen to some music. I start to feel a little bit better, right? I write out my show. I start to feel a little bit better. And then when I come on, man, there's something that happens right at 5:30. I like to go live at 5:31. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but 5:31 is a more it's a psychological thing. It's more memorable time than 5:30. I know it drives Keith Hamilton crazy that it's not 5:30. He's a military man, right? But I go live, and there's right in that minute, right when it first goes live, and you guys start popping in here, pow, 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 pow. You start popping in for the morning show. My entire energy shifts. My entire energy lifts. I might even like break out a big old yawn right before I hit the go live button. But as soon as I hit that go live button and you stop popping in here and I start seeing likes and I start seeing hearts and I start seeing you guys saying good morning to one another and I see you like creating relationships amongst one another, my energy level lifts, my energy level increases. And so I guess this morning, first thing, I just want to start by saying thank you. Thank you for being a part of hashtag Rise and Grind. And let's not ever take it for granted. What's up, Adi? Adi is on here. Hi. You're on your way to an airport. So great to see you. But thank you for being a part of my everyday. You literally elevate me. You literally have changed my life. So I want to start today that way. Now I got the energy that I need to deliver on Friday. It's Friday up in here on hashtag Rise and Grind. I got some powerful stuff for you today. Normally, I have guests on my show on Fridays. It's pretty normal. Adi has been one of our incredible guests here on hashtag Rise and Grind. So normally I have guests on Fridays, but with everything with Grow Your Business, for God's sake, that we've been doing with the 800% workshop that I've got going on, some other big projects that are going on here on hashtag Rise and Grind, I did not bring a guest on with me today. However, I have a big dream guest. I have a dream guest that I want to get on the show one day, that I keep projecting out into the world, that I'm going to have him on here one day. And he's got a video that I'm going to share with you in just a second. Before I do, you know what we got to do? That's right. There we go. Get those numbers up there. There you go. Y'all hitting that share button. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, for those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. What's up, Frank Cornetti? And sometimes all it takes for you to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. I always go back through and say hello to my peeps, like Keith Hamilton. How are you this morning? What's up, Rick Tamburino? How you doing, Paige Haney Kurtzinger? What's up, Valerie Christine? How you doing, Brad Smith and Don Sankey? Jeremy Noling's up here in the house. What's up, David Kykendall? Pleasure to see you, sir. What's up, Aaron Hunt Ferguson? Aaron, I need some books. I'm running low on the books. Hunt Brothers has the most amazing pizza and the most amazing people and the most amazing books. I write my shows in Hunt Brothers books every single day. Good morning, Sarah Ball. What's up, Tabby Negrit? Raymond Culp. What's up, Christopher Campbell and Gail B. Craft? My man, Tustin Ulrich. Dude, what's up, Tustin? Great to see you this morning. Bro, hopefully I'll see you at the 800% Club, Lexington, Kentucky, September 17th and 18th. Message me. What's up, Joanna Hamilton, Jeff Baker and Denny Rust? Cindy Conley's up in here. Cece Eberly, Janelle Griego, and my man Josh. Oh, what's up, Kevin? Kevin Stroh-Snyder is up in here. He's going to be at the 800% Club September 17th and 18th. What's up, Michael Spurlock-Venters and Gary I. Can Sparkman, Terrell Lakes up in here, Samuel Jimenez, Michael Akins. My goodness, I stinking love it. Seriously, think about it, man. Think about it, what it would look like. Think about what it would look like if all of us were physically in person in a room right now. It would be fantastic. Folks, I normally have a guest on my show on Fridays. However, I don't have a guest. I do, however, have a little clip from my man, my dream guest. Adi was an incredible guest. Don't get me wrong, Adi. You were incredible. But this is the guy. This is like my guy that I want on the show. I've been wanting on the show forever. And one day, I'm going to have him on the show.
You don't try to build a wall. You don't set out to build a wall. You don't start there. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. There will not be one brick on the face of the earth that's going to be laid better than this brick that I'm going to lay in this next 10 minutes. You do that every single day, and soon you have a wall. It's difficult to take the first step when you look how big the task is. The task is never huge to me. It's always one brick.
Me too.
What happens is we make the situation more complex. You know, the normal among us make it more complex.
99% of people are not willing to do what it takes to make their dreams come true. Self-discipline is the center of all material success. Failure is a massive part of being able to be successful. You have to get comfortable with failure. You have to actually seek failure. Failure is where all of the lessons are. You know, when you go to the gym and you work out, you're actually seeking failure. You want to take your muscles to the point where you get to failure, because that's where the adaptation is. That's where growth is. The Marines have a saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And that's just real. At the center of bringing any dream into fruition is self-discipline. You know, something as simple as food and eating. It's not about your body as much as it is about your mind. It's getting command of your mind to be able to choose actions that are in your own best interest. Every day, we are choosing shit that's not in our own best interest, right? So if the world is attacking you and the world wants to fight you and the world's trying to hold you down, so you're gonna kick yourself in the balls? So you're gonna stop yourself from getting what you dream.
Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive, godlike feature that only the special among us will ever taste. You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us. There's a certain delusional quality that all successful people have to have. You have to believe that something different than what has happened for the last 50 million years of history. You have to believe that something different can happen. I truly, honestly, as I sit here before you right now, as honestly as I can say it to you, I truly believe that I could be the president if I wanted to. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it. Period. And if you believe, thou shalt not lie. You either believe it or you don't.
Being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity.
You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind.
I'm going to give you 7 things to take away today. 7 takeaways for you today. If my man Mike is up in here taking notes, take some notes. I'm going to give you 7 things. We're going to run through these really, really quick. because I kind of lost myself this morning in the nostalgic, incredible moment that I get to share with you guys in the morning. But I'm going to share with you 7 things real quick. We're going to run through them fast based on what we just learned and heard from Will Smith and some other things that I've been doing in my life. So, first thing I want you to take note of. Will Smith said in there that the key is to take command of your mind. He said that the disciplines like eating right, taking care of your body, getting up early, staying on time, these daily habits, doing the things that we don't want to do, these disciplines that we create are not necessarily for the health side of it. They're not necessarily for the nutrition side of it, but for taking command of your mind. There are bottles like this all over my studio. There are bottles, some half filled with water, some empty like this morning. But there are bottles like this all around my studio because on January 1st, actually on December 31st, I made a decision to drink nothing but water for 365 days. Nothing but water. Now, prior to that, I never drank water. Ever. I didn't drink it. I drank soda. I drank Gatorade. I drank protein shakes. I drank anything with flavor. Lemonade, Chick-fil-A lemonade. Oh my gosh, dude. What I wouldn't give for a Chick-fil-A lemonade. Right? I drank nothing but water, so I made this decision. I just decided, okay, I'm going to drink nothing but water for 365 days. Now, I'm here to tell you, I didn't do it for the health ramifications. I know water is good for you, and I didn't do it because I necessarily had a problem with the other stuff that I was drinking, or that it made me overweight, or that made me feel sick, or anything like that. I did it because I wanted to take command over my mind. You see, I understood that I was in a transformational season in my life. I just left from running a dealership, from being a part of the second largest used car franchise dealership in the country, where we had grown 800% in 5 years, a comfortable position that I could have stayed in for probably the rest of my life. I had just left that position in October. And I knew that if I was going to go through this season of transformation, I was going to have to develop some disciplines and habits. Otherwise, it's really easy when you're a business owner, when you're a startup business, it's easy to say, well, I'll just go in a little bit late today. Or maybe I just won't show up today. Or maybe I'll leave early today. So I knew I was going to have to develop disciplines and habits that would stretch me to a whole nother level. I've had nothing but water other than one slip up with some Chick-fil-A lemonade in the first couple weeks. I've had nothing but water for going on, I guess it's 8 months now. 8 full months. I got a couple months left. But I'll tell you, when you make the decision to gain the disciplines and take command of your mind, it unlocks so much potential inside of you that you don't even know currently exists. The things, see, you don't know what you don't know. But if you can create some disciplines and some habits and do the things that you don't want to do and take command of this guy right here, it'll unlock a whole nother side of yourself. That's one thing I want you to know this morning. I'm going to give you a bunch. I'm going to give you 7 things, and hopefully we're going to get through them. I'll try to run through them quickly. Second thing Will Smith said that I want to make sure to note on. That is God's lemonade, Sarah. You're 100% correct. Second thing I want to make sure that you take note on. Will Smith said, don't try and build a wall. There's a story that he tells of his father. His father owned a shop, and him and his brother, he tasked them with building a wall. And this wall was going to be this huge wall, and they had to lay these bricks in order to make it. And at first they were like, man, there is no way. No, Terrell, I did not slip up on the Sprite. They served me a Sprite. I ordered water. They gave me a Sprite. I took a sip. That's not a slip up on my part. They were told to build a wall. And these kids were like, man, how are we going to build this big old massive wall? This is crazy. And his dad told him, you don't need to build a wall. You just lay one brick. And just make sure that one brick is the most perfectly laid brick in the history of all time. And then you lay one more brick, and then you lay one more brick. And as you continue to lay one brick at a time, as you continue to lay one brick at a time, over time you will have a wall. I think this is a powerful, powerful statement. I think sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. I think sometimes we feel like we have to build a wall overnight. I think sometimes we don't give credit where credit is due to the small little bricks that you're laying each and every day. You see, that's why I get so excited when I see you here on hashtag Rise and Grind, because I know and understand that every morning you show up, every morning you're here with me, every morning we have a show, right? We're adding a brick. We're adding a brick. And over time, as you continue to develop these good habits, these good, healthy, strong habits, your gratitude lists, your goals, not jumping on your phone first thing in the morning, not hitting the snooze button, sending out encouraging messages, every single day, you're adding a brick. You're adding a brick. You're adding a brick. And you're getting stronger along the way. So the second thing I wanted to make sure to note today that we learned from Will Smith is don't try to build a wall. Let's just lay one brick at a time. And over time, you're going to have your wall. The third thing that I want to make sure that we hit on, make sure that you don't miss. Will Smith said in there must be a delusional quality. You must have a delusional quality about yourself in order to create, in order to break through, in order to achieve a higher level of success than where you are currently at, a higher level of joy than where you are currently at, a higher level of impact than where you are currently at. You have to have this delusional quality where you actually believe something different can happen. You have to believe it. You have to believe that something different than what's happened, something different than your normal, what's happened in your past is not going to be what's happening in your future. Who you were in the past is not necessarily who you are going to be in the future. You have to believe with delusional belief that something different can happen. And you see, my friends, that's where it all starts. You see, I say every single morning that this is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world, and I believe it. My man Will Smith said he believes that if he ran for president, he would win, and I agree, because I would be his #1 campaigner, and I would travel around the world and tell everyone Will Smith should be the president. But listen, I say that this is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. I still don't know the steps on how to get there. I do know that if I show up every single day and deliver content at 5:30 in the morning, if I show up, if I lay that brick each and every day, I do believe that one day this will be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. I absolutely believe it. And even though it's not the case, and even though I don't know how we get there, and even though a lot of things would have to change, and there's things from the past, and history has shown that that's not the case, I still believe it. Wholeheartedly, with all my heart and soul, I believe it. And that delusional quality, that delusional belief will not only inspire you to keep moving forward, it'll not only thrust you to those next levels, but it is the only way you can achieve things in your life that you've never achieved before. I got to speed up if we're running out of time. Number 4 thing I want to share with you today is not necessarily from Will Smith, but from my experiences over this last week. I want to challenge you to connect with people that make you better. I spent some time with Chris Collins out in Los Angeles, California. I got an opportunity to speak to his team, and as I sat down with him and we had some conversations early, he shared with me a story of how he was traveling all over the United States helping service departments and dealerships for 7 years. And then he realized, wait a minute, I could help more people faster, more efficiently, less money on their part if I could bring them to me. If we could have a workshop where I could train them here, I can help more dealers reach out. And so he started his first workshop, and his first workshop workshop, he had 3 dealers, and then from 3 he went to 7, and from 7 he went to 20, and from 20 he went to 50, and now he's got hundreds, if not thousands, of dealers that he works with across the country. So in one conversation, I realized that Chris and I, he's already way ahead on a path that I'm currently on. See, I've come to the same realization. I can go to dealerships and help dealers. I can totally do that. I can do that all day long. But I can help more dealerships if I can bring them to me. And I can help them for less money than it costs when I go to them. So I'm here at the beginning stages, but spending time connecting with Chris Collins, he gave me the roadmap of how he was able to build a company that is now helping hundreds, if not thousands, of dealers all across the United States. And I learned all that in a 30-minute conversation. I want you to connect with people that can make you better. Go out of your way to connect with people that can make you better. The second thing this would be number 5 overall, but number 2 from my travels. So number 5 overall is, I want you to put yourself in places you've never been. Put yourself in places you've never been. There's something that happens to you mentally and physically when you put yourself in places you've never been before. Walk through doors you've never walked through before. Park in spaces you've never parked in before. But put yourself in places you've never been before. I was here next to these pile of seals. There was like 100 and something seals out here, and it was uncomfortable, and it was kind of weird, and it was strange, and it stunk to high heaven. It stunk to high heaven. But I got to tell you, I got a memory that'll last a lifetime. It made me feel things I hadn't felt before. Sensations I hadn't ever experienced. So there's something about putting yourself in places you've never been before that'll make a massive impact in your life. And again, I'm kind of rushing through these because we're running short on time. I want you to this one's big, number 6. I want you to surround yourself with people who will pray for you. Whether you're a believer or a non-believer, whether you've given your life to Christ or you haven't, there's something powerful when you surround yourself with people that will pray for you. When they reach their hands over, I was on the cliffs of La Jolla, California. These are the cliffs where I first saw the ocean over 20 years ago. I revisited them last week, and we met up for dinner with Faith and Louie Zimber, who just lost their child 11 weeks ago. And so they met us right there so that we could go to dinner down the street. And Faith just said, "Hey, can we pray for you? Can we pray for you?" And so we sat right there on the log, and Faith prayed, and I cried. And it was just so powerful to know that these incredible human beings care enough about me, care so deeply to share their spirituality and their beliefs and their faith. To share that moment with me is a moment that I will remember for the rest of my life. Surround yourself with people that will pray for you. The 7th and last thing I want to say to you this morning is do the things that get your heart rate up, man. Do the things that get your heart rate up. Scare yourself. Put yourself in some uncomfortable positions. I was out on a ledge staring down death. There was death all around me. 3 steps left, 3 steps right, 3 steps forward. And it was over, and my heart was pumping. The adrenaline was kicking. And guess what? I felt alive. In the face of death, I felt so alive. And I want to challenge you today, this week, this month, as we go in for my car dealer peeps. You got this weekend left, right? You got to finish strong. And then we're headed into fall. The seasons are starting to change. The leaves are going to change. We're going to have opportunities. We've got holidays coming up. All of these things are coming up. And I want to challenge you to get your heart rate up. Do the things that scare you, the things that you're afraid of, the things that make you feel alive. Whoo! Because when you do, some things start happening. Some things start happening. Your life begins to change for the better. And you really get to experience the pure joy, the pure gift of joy that comes with living an untamed life. Listen, you, my friend, are a child of God. The God of the universe, the God who made everything. He made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a little bit above, not a little bit below, but the absolute best. And I know you're starting to make some good decisions. You're laying those bricks. You're starting to lay those bricks and you're starting to build that wall. And I want you to know that each brick that you lay, it's making an impact. It's making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. You've made a massive impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely love you for it. I do. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. So do me a favor, friends. Take command of your mind. Don't try to build a wall. Have that delusional quality. Believe that things can happen in your life that have never happened before. Connect with people who make you better. Put yourself in places that you've never been. Surround yourself with people that will pray for you. And live your life. Get your heart rate up. Do it scared. All right, my friends, I love you. If you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, you can go to GlennLundy.com. I believe my wife has it all back up now. Whatever's remaining in stock, we're going to have to do a new order soon because we sold through a ton of it. But most importantly, I want you to enjoy your weekend. Hit that share button, please, if you haven't done so already. Hit the share button, hit the likes, hit the hearts, so on and so forth. Let's get this message out as far and wide as we can. Maybe Will Smith will see it one day, and he'll come join us on the show. And then come back here Monday morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag Rise and Grind, hashtag Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind. Hashtag Rise and Grind, grind, 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 grind. Hashtag Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind. Hashtag Rise and Grind. Don't stop, get it, hashtag Rise and Grind. Stop, get it, waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind. Waking up the nation, hashtag Rise and Grind. Good morning.